Firstly, good morning, everyone. My name's Courtney. I'm a product manager here at Global Health, in particular on our consumer engagement products, so HotHealth and LifeCard. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to just be spending about 15 minutes, 20 minutes maximum on online bookings and how you can leverage the HotHealth platform for online bookings and associated features as well. So today, I just want to spend a couple of minutes going over the importance of online bookings and how this fits into a larger engagement piece as well. Then I'll go over what features exist in HotHealth for online bookings. And finally, I'll actually just take you through a walkthrough of how online booking looks within HotHealth itself from a patient point of view, and also take you through some of the back-end features as well from a provider point of view for you guys. If you have any questions, you can just type them into the chat as we go and I'll try and get to them. Online bookings, I guess, is not a new concept for everyone here. In fact, in Australia, we've been using online bookings not only for healthcare services, but for other services as well for a while now. So because of that, patients are expecting online bookings of healthcare providers just like they would at accommodation, cinema bookings, restaurants, and so on. And I think it's especially true if patients are return customers and clients. They've already formed a relationship with you, and so they expect these types of services to be held online for them so that they can fit their appointments with you into their busy lives. They want to be able to book appointments but also reschedule or cancel them if need be. And research is kind of showing that healthcare organisations that don't offer online bookings as part of their services actually risk losing patients and clients now to other organisations that do offer these kind of features. So it's now becoming kind of part of a patient's decision-making process when choosing a provider to go with, that they have these kinds of features in place. So Gartner actually defines patient self-scheduling applications as ones that allow patients to not only identify and locate an appropriate provider, but specify their preferred appointment time and date, book the appointment in real time, and then get immediate confirmation. And on top of that, be able to cancel or reschedule their appointments in real time as well. And that same kind of research indicates that patients who book their own appointments online actually are more likely to attend their appointments. The concept of no-shows gets reduced over time by having these features available. I guess the golden standard of online bookings is one that integrates into your practice management or EHR systems in real time. And HotHealth does have the capability to be two-way synced with Australian practice management systems and actually non-Australian ones as well for that matter. We do have an open API. However, it can also be used in a standalone circumstance for organisations that don't use a practice management system, appointment book, or one that does not have the ability to link up to these APIs as well. So our current integrations are with Primary Clinic and Mastercare Plus. Both of those are Global Health products. We're also working on linking HotHealth to some of our other products internally, but also working with third-party organisations in Australia, so other practice management systems around, so that this now becomes an option for practices using non-Global Health practice management and clinical systems to use this as an online booking portal. And then I guess online bookings is often the gateway to patient engagement services. So once you've implemented online bookings, patients start wanting more from you online. They want to be able to do online forms before they get to their clinic, maybe have their consult online via video consultations. And that's where HotHealth really becomes a bit of a valuable resource to your organisation, maybe beyond ones that just do online bookings or some of those other features standalone. So what makes HotHealth suitable for online bookings? There's a few different features I'm going to go over today, and the key ones I've got up on the screen here. So the first one is that we're not an aggregated booking site. It's branded as your own site and you've got your own URL. You can link to it from your own website, or if you don't have a website or are looking to implement a new one, you can actually use your HotHealth URL as your website along with your booking. But on the flip side to that, if you do have a website that you're happy with, you can just enable online booking and any other features you need, like online forms, and still continue to use your website as your website and just link via the menu tab to your HotHealth site, and also vice versa back to your website if you need. We really believe that your organisation is controlling that conversation with patients around bookings. If your appointment book's full, HotHealth doesn't link to any other clinics to say, oh, actually there's one available at the same time down the road. The next thing is that we do cater for in-person and video appointments. And with that comes automatic email confirmations, the ability to reschedule and cancel appointments as per what rules organisations have set. So you can set rules around a 24-hour rescheduling or cancellation agreement, and after which time the patient still has to call you to do that. And if patients and also staff members log into your HotHealth URL, they'll be able to see any upcoming appointments that they have on their calendar, and they can also see any past appointments as well. HotHealth is accessible via web browser. So any device that has a web browser, whether that be a tablet, a desktop computer, a laptop, or a phone, patients can book in off that. Alternatively, we do have the HotHealth phone app as well. So patients can download it from the Google Play or Apple stores, and they can actually book in from the app itself. So I've just had a question here about ad hoc video conference appointments. We don't cater for that at the moment. It's only scheduled appointments. So you can schedule an appointment for 5 minutes from now. For example, staff members, if you've got an admin staff member, they can create an appointment that kind of overlaps predefined appointment slots. So you could start one in the next 5 minutes and have that link sent out to the patient. So there's no waiting room as such. You still have to technically schedule it in, but you can schedule it in within the next 5 minutes, and you can access the appointment room within 5 minutes of the appointment. So technically you can have immediate appointments. It's just a different process to what you might have seen in other platforms out there. In terms of filtering by services and categories, at the moment we can, define staff members and say that they offer these services and categories. So physio as opposed to an osteopath. Maybe, for example, if you're an allied health hub, patients can actually use those metrics to filter when they're picking their appointment. HotHealth is integrated with Stripe as well, so we do cater for online bookings, and there's a couple of ways we can do that. I'll show you that in a minute. The easiest way is to attach an appointment cost to a staff member, and at the time of booking that appointment, the patient will actually pay by a credit card. Now we can differentiate between new patients and returning patients, whether it's a follow-up appointment, a video appointment, or an in-person appointment. So you might want to charge different amounts for those different services, so we can cater for that as well. And then the final two are that HotHealth does have these other features in the same platform that you can start to leverage. So with digital forms, if you're already sending two-way SMS reminders, you can actually just add the form URL into that SMS reminder to say, to new patients at least, to say, hey, make sure you filled this in. Or if you send your clients and patients emails in the lead up to say, can you please make sure you've done all these items, filled out these questionnaires, you can actually include the link in those emails as well. And the final one is it's got video consultations built in, so you don't need to copy a link from another video platform and put it into the appointment. It will just have it there already. So I'm just going to jump into one of our demo sites now and show you the process that a patient would see, and then I'll just show you some of the things we can do from the back end. Okay, so this is one of our demo sites. As you can see here, this is what it would look like on a mobile on the book appointment page, and this is what it looks like on a desktop. Now, if you were linking this to your existing website, you would probably link straight to this page. If you were using HotHealth standalone with no other website and HotHealth was your website, you can update your homepage to be more general than an online portal. It might just say your website, and then patients can click book online and then book appointment. Now, because I'm logged in as a manager of the site, I can actually see the appointment book of the staff members and also just where I'm the provider as well. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to book an appointment like a patient would. Now, on the left here, we can filter by providers, we can filter by location, speciality that we've entered, and what services are offered. And we can also filter by if the clinician accepts new patients or not. So I'm just going to pick Sally, and whether I want it to be a teleconsult appointment or an in-person appointment. I'm booking with Sally. Now, I'm actually located in Queensland and Sally's located in Melbourne. So it's telling me here that it's a different time zone for me to be aware of. Most of the time, for most of the people on this webinar, you do have a physical location. So your patients booking in would be within your physical location. But for organisations that are starting to do consultations nationally, this time zone thing becomes important as well. So I can confirm my appointment time. Because I'm logged in, it pre-fills my name and email address. If I was not logged in, you don't need to be logged in to book an appointment. I would have to fill that in. And we can also ask for other identification types if you need. If you did have payments attached to the booking of the appointment, there's also a section at the bottom of this form that asks for the credit card details. If someone has previously booked on your site and added a credit card detail via our Stripe integration, the payment gateway, it will remember that for next time so they don't have to enter it in again. So I can add that to my device calendar. I can reschedule it or cancel it. I can see here that I can't reschedule my appointment within 24 hours of the start time. And if I go to appointments on this page, we can see, so I'm now looking at the all staff appointment book. I would be able to see all my staff appointments that have been booked through HotHealth on here. Obviously, if you're using an integrated practice management system, you would probably continue to use that. So HotHealth currently doesn't know if a patient's bulk billed or private. So if you are mostly doing Medicare billing, I would not use HotHealth to take payments at the time of booking. I would still take payments at the time of appointment. However, for some practices that are more private billing, the online payment part becomes kind of an essential part. You could use it if you wanted to charge a portion of a fee and then that client, so like an online booking fee or something, and then you do the rest of the claiming through Medicare after the appointment. So that's booking the appointment. If it was a video consult, which this one is, we will receive an appointment confirmation email and also reminders as well in the lead up to it. And there will be a link to this page here, the appointment details page. And on this page is where I'll be able to join my video appointment from. I can also undertake a pre-call test to make sure all my technology is working. So it'll test your speakers, the microphone, and also the camera. If you're taking phone appointments and you are using a practice management system, you would still use your practice management system to book in that appointment. If you're using HotHealth standalone or you don't use the appointments part of your practice management system, we've got this concept called staff booking. So staff members will be able to create a staff booking, and this is where you can kind of do that immediate appointment type thing. So we can go, okay, it's a teleconsulting appointment with Mary, and then we can choose what time the appointment starts. And then you can enter the patient name and email. So for a teleconsult appointment, both parties do need to log in. I've just got a couple of other questions before we finish. Is video an extra feature? There's a level of video appointments included in the plans, and then there's an overage fee beyond that. So I can share more details with you on that. Can the patients book in as phone appointments? So no, we only have in-person or video consult. In your setup, if you're not doing video but you are doing phone, it would just be booked in as one appointment type, and you would have to follow up with that person to see if they wanted to do it via phone or in clinic. And can appointments sync with staff's Outlook calendars? So we don't do real-time syncing with Outlook. Once an appointment has been booked, anyone that has that appointment in HotHealth can add it to their Outlook calendar, and it doesn't check to see if there's availability in the Outlook calendar. It will only check availability in terms of software that has been integrated with our FHIR APIs, which are more healthcare practice management systems as well. I'm just conscious of time. So there's not really much more to show from an appointments point of view. I'm just going to quickly jump into the back end of a staff profile just so you can see some of the options here. So the email address is the email address that your staff member will need to log into if they're having video appointments or if they want to view their appointments through HotHealth itself. You've got the location here, and then we can set pricing for in-person and teleconsulting separately. And also unselect if they're not available for teleconsulting as well. If you're linking it to a practice management system, we just link this staff member with the roster in your practice management system. And the final thing I wanted to go through today was, so after the appointment's been booked, depending on what your current workflow is, we can look at that with you, is you can actually then start to include things like, if it's a new patient, you can include a link to a patient registration form in your workflow. So if you're already sending two-way SMSs or have COVID form at the start of your clinic when someone arrives, you can actually either link this to your emails or SMSs, or create a QR code as well from that so that people can fill that in when they get to the clinic, if it's something like a COVID form, or for the purpose of like a new registration form, someone can do that before they get to the clinic as well. So they can fill that out online, and that can either be sent directly to your practice management system via ReferralNet or Argus if you use any of them. Alternatively, staff members can access the back end of the form, and they'll be able to bulk export those responses if they need, or view them one by one as well. Can this link to a clinic room booking system as well in Mastercare or another? Yep, so HotHealth just links to staff members. All right, so that's it for today. If anyone's got any other questions, please email me or give me a call. My phone number's on my email signature. We're always willing to have a chat about how you guys are looking to use online bookings, but also any of the other features as well. So thank you everyone for your time. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and have a great weekend as well.